I met a Gypsy.
What's kind of cool is like we're at a point where I think our sport could become more mainstream because, in my opinion, it's so cool.
Yeah.
But you can't watch it. Like it's so hard.
And I mean, I'm around it.
Yeah.
Like I'm around this sport, and I know fuck all about it. You know, to this like what you're explaining is like extremely interesting, and the process and the detail and the level that and the depths that you guys dive in, but it's just pretty invisible.
No, yeah, people don't even realize. People like yeah, why would it cost $100,000? Why is your
100%.
truck over $1 million? Like people are like, you guys are crazy. Like, what are you thinking? But then like deep down, you start to look back and you're like, holy cow, yeah, this is nuts. Like how in depth we're going, but it's just kind of going unseen. We're just like in our world, and like we're in our, because we're all obsessed. Like deep down, that's the real, like the drivers, the crew, we're all just like these obsessive, and we could care less what everyone thinks. But now, like as the business grows and stuff, I keep stepping back, and it's like we got to make this where people like yourself can follow it if they want to, like they want to be part of it. So, because it is cool. Like as soon as you start to learn about, anytime I take someone to a race, they're like, this is the most
gnarly.
Yeah, when a trophy truck passes you, and
and
what's crazy in Mexico, like me and you, we're far from the race course. You know, like F1, we were talking earlier, like, you know, you see one corner, you're in the grandstands. Like Mexico, you can literally go and high five the boys as it goes by at 100 miles an hour, which obviously that's going to change as it grows. And
which
stuff.
Don't do that. If anyone tries to high five,
yeah,
Chris
I don't
as he
know.
comes
Don't.
past, please don't do that.
That was like my worst experience. That's what's crazy. Like, yeah,
look
the
at this
fans,
dude.
And like at this point, like, yeah, it looks close, but
They're really
I'd consider those guys like not that close. It's nuts when you see him running in front of you, and like you can see he's going into the dust. He hasn't caught it yet, but at a lot of points you're in the dust and you just see like moving people, and you're just pinned. But yeah, it's pretty absurd.
It is. It honestly is absurd. This one. Oh, there's one where a photographer is just like hanging over the edge, and then just like dips out at the last second.
And what's crazy, like they're not showing it. Like this guy who's videoing this, he's climbed up a telephone pole. Do you see the telephone poles? He's halfway up that one. Like, where else do you see that? It's special. It's definitely special.
The thing that blows me away too is just go close out of it. Oh wow, no, keep into that. Actually, that's
race course.
That is psycho, dude. And that's only allowed in Mexico.
Yeah. And I mean, sadly, it is good it's changing, because this shouldn't be allowed. Deep down. I mean, it's 1,000 horsepower, almost 8,000 pounds.
Oh.
We're in control, but we're really not at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm glad you admitted it. Yeah, that's so wild, bro. It's just the capabilities of the truck as well are pretty mind-blowing. Like, I've been able to see Tobes drive a bit, and I haven't even seen him in any of the new, like the really good trophy trucks, but like just seeing how wedged you can hit shit, it's like that kind of shouldn't work. Yeah. And the trucks are just dead level, and like even, you know, you see videos on board and it's just like one-handed, just
they're spaceships. Like you would have never, and learning to drive them is like you have to rewrite your brain, because you see stuff and like it's that fight or survive thing.
Yeah, you doing the and then just plows.
Yeah, I remember the first few times like I got in a trophy truck, like you're just there. I had someone ride with me at a live experience, and he's just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like, they're just yelling at you like, dude, you got to get your stuff together. So yeah, it's like you see a curb, and you know, in your car, you're going to hit the brakes no matter what. This, you see a wall and you're going to accelerate. So like that mental, but then the hard part is I got to get back in my F-150 and drive home and not hit that curb at 100. And like, you know what I mean? So like but it is cool. Like the trucks now and the capabilities, and then the speeds, like I feel like a couple of years ago, like we'd go and like you'd see someone make a push and you're like, all right, we got 500 miles. He's not going to survive at that pace. But you know, it's like the equipment couldn't. But now the equipment, like it keeps. As soon as someone makes a break, you're like, oh, we gotta go. Like you can't. If I miss this thing, and then you're like, dude, we're out driving our equipment right now. Like it's gonna fall apart. But then all of a sudden you look down, and you're like, oh, we just raced 500 miles at 110%. And yeah, the truck's pissed off, but like there's 6 of us standing here at the finish line going, all right, who won? Like, you know what I mean? Like it's not like back in the day, it was a lot more like, okay, let's get to the finish.
Like a war of attrition kind of thing.
100%. I was watching a thing from the 90s the other day. I think it was the Baja 500 from the 90s. I always watch the old archive videos because they're pretty sick. Like,
are they on YouTube?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're pretty funny. Like it's cool. Like, and just the different. It was a whole different world back then, and they're racing on the highways and just like crazy stuff. But it was like first place, and then second place was like 36 minutes behind, and then third place was like 2 hours.
Wow.
Like back in the day, you'd see guys like changing transmissions.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. There's a story of the guy Rob McAkron, which he's like the GOAT of off-road. He's just a legend. He's still racing. And one day I was staying in his hotel, and he was talking about they rebuilt, because you can't change the engine. So they rebuilt the engine on the side of the road. And because he needed to finish for points.
Wow.
Like
just to finish the race.
Yeah, just to finish, and they made the time cut off and stuff because I think he had to finish to win the points championship out of the 6 races or whatever.
Yeah.
So he had to get that finish to get those finishing points,
which you could just never do nowadays.
No, and not you wouldn't even think about it, and yeah, you're going to be so far behind.
But also the trucks are just like way more capable, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. They're just way more capable. The stuff we're hitting. Obviously, we do have failures and stuff, but people always like, what's the first thing to break? And it's not, you really have to go down the list and start finding different things that are going to break. And, front diffs, okay, we start seeing failures with them more and more, but like it's not your generic things you would think.
Yeah, a lot of like weird sensor issues and like things like that. It's more of like these outlier kind of things.
Yeah, it's just my Baja 1000 was failed by like a little $100 part like that we would have never. It doesn't even have impact, but it was just a pure luck thing. But people are always like, oh, why don't you carry spare A arms, or why don't you carry spare? Dude, if that's broken, it's over. I got way bigger problems. Like if that's broken, like I'm gonna be checking, make sure myself's okay first versus the truck. Like that's gonna take such a force. Yeah. We're gonna have so many other problems. Like we probably hucked it off a cliff or something.
Yeah, or you've spun 15 times after the thing broke because you were doing 115 miles an hour.
100%. So yeah, that's like it's kind of interesting. Like as it's gone on, like. I should knock on wood on that. I'm talking all this, but we're like carrying less and less parts, less and less, like our chase trucks don't have near as much stuff. Just cause like realistically, if it breaks, like you got way bigger problems. Some of those things, sensors, small stuff like that. Yes, we're carrying power steering pumps, simple things like that, but you're not going to replace an engine or a transmission mid race anymore. It's just not realistic.
If you enjoyed this content, please like and subscribe. And to listen to the full 3-hour podcast, search Gypsy Tales in your favorite podcast platform or click the link in the description below. Gypsy Gang.